Good morning. This is the next in my series of weathered or unweathered. The weathered locomotive is 57302 Varah. Direct rail services, it is weathered and analogue. And the unweathered version is unnamed, it's 57009. But it is digital with DCC sound. And you can watch them and make your own decision. Thank you for watching. Okay, well what we've got is, we've got Varah pulling a weathered nuclear fast train with a weathered guards van. And we've got the direct rail 5700 Compass pulling another weathered Sandite railhead train with a weathered guards van. The reason this is so you can see what a weathered load looks like being pulled by an unweathered locomotive. And you will see we've got it going in a different direction to what we would normally have it running in at the moment. Now, those of you that are eagle-eyed will notice that the weathered Class 57 Varah has Delner retractable couplings, which on this model in real life were there so they could connect to Pendolinos as a rescue locomotive. Both the atomic flask wagons and the Sandite railhead cleaning trains would be a top and tail affair, but for this demonstration, which is about weathering, weathered or unweathered, of the locomotive, we've used our imagination a little bit. Obviously, not having the Delner retractable couplings, the unweathered digital locomotive is an earlier variant of the Class 57. We did weather the Sandite railhead train ourselves, and we did weather the nuclear flask wagons, of which there are videos showing this being done. Incidentally, this 57 that's not weathered, I could have paid TMC £30 for value weathering, but I don't need all my locos to be weathered. Being honest here, most of the 57s I've seen have all been really clean. That's the crazy thing. I've only ever seen 2 diesels absolutely filthy and heavily weathered with 2 top and tail Freightliners on a Sandite railhead train. And I have seen 2 Class 73s on a Sandite railhead train, really heavily weathered as well. And I'm talking real life, not model railways, of course. Now, as I've said before, when you're running digital and analogue, you need SL11 insulators, because while these insel frog points are very good and they insulate power for locomotives, unfortunately if we didn't have these here, you get a power bleed which will destroy your analog controller. Don't ask me how it works, that the points insulate locos but not the controller. I do not know. Anyway, you'll see the difference between analog and digital. If you look at there and you look there. I wish I want to let them go through, otherwise you see the difference between coming off the track and not coming off the track. So I go again before they get here, and I push it down, and there you can see analog power. I'll just turn the lights off a second, the main lights. And there's digital power. Turn it round. And there's analog power. So obviously there's a lot more power. Well, that's 12 volts. Turn it round so it's green. And that's 18 volts. Thank you. And can we have the lights on again, please? And there go the locomotives. Now, if you're going to run digital and analog and you're not sure that you haven't got power bleeding through, then obviously you check the track. And here you won't see, but it's SL11 insulators. By the way, this is going through a 3-way insel frog point. And what you do is, you can see there's no power going through there. There isn't showing on this either. Now you can see the power. But the insulators are important, so you've got no power bleed. Because if you accidentally flick the point like that, you can see you've got power, but you can see there's nothing. Now if we didn't have those there, we would have blown up our analog transformer. And that is why you have the SL11s in place. Pardon me. We'll just let the locomotives come through. And obviously while I'm demonstrating this, you can see the difference between weathered and unweathered. On this Analogue Chad Varah, it's got cab lights and driving lights. What you can hear with the other 57 is a heavy load sound as it comes through. And we wait a moment and we're going to get the unweathered digital 57 will be coming through. It's the AWS bell. And here comes Chad Varah again. We put the snow ploughs on the front of this one. In my view, the earlier Bachmann digital locomotives are a lot better because they've got a driver. I've got earlier 47s and they've got a driver. Having electric fans you can turn on and off are wonderful, but when you're going to see it work when the train's going round? We hope you've enjoyed seeing this comparison between the weathered Class 57 Chad Varah in Analogue, which you can see going round now, pulling the weathered nuclear flask wagons which we weathered, the Guards van Kane weathered, we're using our imagination there, and here comes the other compass liveried Class 57 pulling the weathered Sandite railhead train which we weathered, and of course the Guards van Kane weathered. Obviously the unweathered locomotive, as you can hear, is digital, and Chad Varah is analogue. Ourselves, we don't really mind, because we've seen so more clean Class 57s than weathered ones. So the choice is yours and what you want to run. But I hope this has given you some idea if you're looking at a locomotive and can't decide whether you want it weathered or unweathered. Thank you for watching, and we hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you.